Welcome to the Locker, episode 50. Win in Knoxville, Tennessee. I am your man, A. White, and my man to the which side would that be? To the right of me is Van Hives. Big man, did you enjoy that game or what, man?
Enjoy it, man. I turned it off after the third quarter. It's like I ain't no sense in me watching this anymore, man. Once we went up 24-7, I didn't turn it off because I want to enjoy it.
I know you didn't turn it off.
I thought about it though. I'm like, this is, dude. If we could have hung up 50 on them.
Yeah, I think we could have done that. Here's the thing. I went in chat groups. I'm part of a Black SEC alumni chat group.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, I don't even know the person.
I saw it.
Now, I go past long ways back as far as UK athletes. I go way back, but I probably go back to the 80s, 70s or 80s. And this person was up until now, and I didn't know the person. And man, people's going back and forth, and I'm saying the bad part about it is Tennessee doesn't even realize, or Tennessee's fans don't realize, we have been better than them for some time now. Like, we have been better than them for a while.
Hey, dude, I'm doing a Tom Brady. Oh, yeah. We've been better than them for a Tom Brady.
That's what I should. I'm going to use that Tom Brady meme. Wait, hold on. What? Yeah, man. But, yeah, so I don't know, man. So that's why when you saying we could have hung this up, man, I'm glad we went ahead and took it behind the woodshed. But then they said, well, offensive, and this is the thing that really, and it sounds like some shit you would say. Well, the offensive line wasn't good. Do you not understand? If your offensive line can't block nobody, maybe sometimes the opponent is better than you.
I'm the one who say that. I'm the one who say the opposite. I'm the one who say the other team.
No, you're the one who's saying, well, if you had 100 yards and you had an 80-yard run, then you technically only had 20.
No, that's
you always get into semantics.
That's you being sensitive. That's you.
Never
that's you. That's
Never
you
that.
being sensitive.
Never that. But yeah, so got your little drink underneath you. If you want to take a sip. Unless you want to take a sip.
Why you got the 16 ounce? I got the 12.
You don't come across as a guy that drinks a lot of soda.
That's I don't. That's a good point. But
and plus, I put more of a hurting on them than you ever did. So I deserve a bigger drink because when I played them,
y'all still lost.
We ain't lose by no 70.
No matter. Oh, now
we're
getting into the moral victories.
Oh no, we ain't getting to that, man. I'm just telling you why I needed a bigger drink, man. I put in more work. Oh man, but yeah, man, we got a guest in the waiting room or whatever. So I mean, we can wait unless you want to go ahead and give your
it's your call, man.
Your breakdown.
It's your call. I'm.
Well, we'll bring him in just in case he got anything to say. Are you together there, Mr. Taco Burris? It's Taco Tuesday.
I am. What's going on, fellas?
Man, hey, man, appreciate you being with us, man. Appreciate you being with us. We had Fred White on last week from Tennessee, 1998 championship team safety. We got Van Hives on here every week, Louisiana's finest, Baton Rouge, Louisiana's finest. And now we got Memphis, Tennessee's finest, all played in SEC DBs. One thing about you, you're a little bit more humble than Van and probably Fred.
Huh?
But are you gonna let Van just walk around with the title, the self-proclaimed title of the best DB in the SEC history?
Man, like I said, hey,
Champ Bailey don't tune in.
I know, hey, I wasn't no slouch at UK, so I don't know.
Oh, so you saying he got work to be the best DB in UK? That's what you saying, huh?
Hey, I was in there, man.
Oh, okay.
He was a safety. I was a corner.
Nah, I was a corner.
At the top?
No, I was a corner, man.
Y'all was both chubby as hell.
Well, hold on. We can cancel this real quick then. we can cancel this one real quick then. I thought you played safety, Taco. Damn it.
No.
Oh, well, shit. I don't even know you, Taco. I don't even know when you played.
Oh, right.
Maybe he thought that. Maybe he thought that because why were you so deep on the Bluegrass Miracle then?
I wasn't deep. Well, we were supposed to be deep.
It went over your head.
No, it didn't go over my head.
Your head.
No, I was the last two there with me and Derek Tatum.
So you took the last, you want to dove at him at the end.
Yes, at the end.
Yeah. I remember seeing you. No, I'm not even trying to be funny for real. No, I remember seeing you. I do remember seeing you in the picture at the end, and I was like,
"Why are you bringing up this, man?
I know.
Why are you bringing up we just beat Tennessee, and you bringing up damn Bluegrass?"
Because I was trying to figure out when you said I figured that's the reason you thought he played safety.
Oh,
that's the only reason I was bringing that up.
No,
I wouldn't take no jab yet.
I thought when we had that golf tournament that Taco said he played safety. Obviously, I heard wrong. That's on me.
And that ain't nothing new. That ain't. But anyways, so man, I'm gonna let y'all, man. We're gonna let the guest speak first. Yeah. What was your thoughts on the whole? If you consider debacle, if you're a Tennessee fan, or the slaughter, if you're a UK fan, what was your thoughts on the game? Being from Tennessee.
Man, I tell you what, for the most part, I always thought Tennessee was overrated. I didn't really think they should have been ranked. Understand they try to, they go by history. Tennessee has known to been good back in the day, but I really do feel, man, like they pretty much just put a target on their back when they ranked them as high as they were. Now, understand, they won the first two games out, did well. I think they're a little bit cocky. I think Jared is a cocky quarterback, and I think we humbled him big time this last Saturday. My man only threw for 88 yards, 2 picks. So, at that point in time, he was getting too big for his britches. So I guess I'm glad we brought him back down a little bit.
Oh, man,
not only 2 picks, them 2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes.
That's the worst, man. Go right back down your throat hurts, man.
So, co-greatest defensive back in UK history. What was your thoughts on the game, man?
My thoughts was we dominated that game from start to finish. And in the first half, if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot offensively, I don't know if they stopped us, but on that first drive, we had the fumble, and then we had the worst holding call, second to that Florida holding call when we was going down for that field goal in the past 4 or 5 years. We dominated the game from start to finish. And I wish you would have hung up a 5-piece on them, but I'd take a victory nonetheless.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting a good victory. Here's the thing. I like go back to Taco for a minute, man. So, kid from Tennessee, ain't had a chance to beat him. Well, y'all did have a chance to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What year was that? What year was that y'all gave him the game in the handbasket? I reached out to a couple of your teammates to try to get conflicting stories to make sure everything was in order. But what year was it? And what actually happened when y'all had him? Although it wasn't in Tennessee, it was in Lexington.
It was in Lexington.
Yeah,
that was my I believe that was my junior year. Junior year, we had him down there in Lex. Well, no, it was my sophomore year. We had him on the ropes. And just offensively, I felt like we took the pedal off the gas a little. Took the foot off the gas a little bit and played not to lose. And we just let Tennessee get back into the game. But I tell you what, in that game, I had a broken tailbone, so I did not play. So that was the game that we pretty much let. Oh man, what's his name? Just slipped my mind. Start with D, but whatever, man. We let that dude go off. He caught 3 straight flies for touchdowns. He burned Mike Williams, which was a safety. Jeremy Bowie got it twice. So like I said, man, it was. Why can I not remember this guy's name? But it will. I want to say it was was it Dante? I cannot remember that guy's name, but he played in the league for a while, man. But literally, we just gave that guy 3 straight fly touchdowns. So, and we had him on the ropes, man. Defensively, we just couldn't do it. But yeah, I didn't play the game, so I broke my tailbone the game before against Vanderbilt.
So if you hadn't broke your tailbone, you don't think they would have won?
I'd have been on them. I already had that assignment. Same thing if I didn't break my tailbone, I was gonna cover Randall Air when we played Indiana.
Okay, I'm gonna note. Let me make sure I note all that. All right.
Ain't nobody gonna dispute that. Like I said, that year before 9/11, we was gonna play Indiana, and they already told me that I was gonna cover Randall Air all game. Wherever he went, I went.
That's crazy though, because when we played him, he played quarterback. So he was all over the place, man.
He went to wide receiver his senior year.
They had somebody who can get him the ball. Who's his quarterback? Anybody?
It wasn't anybody that was good, but I know they moved him around, and he went to wide receiver.
Oh, okay. I can't remember who did they put in your place, just so I can report back to them that they caused the Tennessee game.
Oh, it was Quintus Cumbie moved down the corner.
What?
So they had Quintus moved the corner. Then they moved him back to safety, and then you had Derek Tatum, and you had they were throwing everybody at this guy. Derek Tatum, Mike Williams, who was a freshman, Warren Wilson. They were throwing everybody at this guy. And why could I not remember his name? But I'm about to look him up right now.
That was 2001?
Yeah, my sophomore year when we had him on the ropes.
And who was your defensive coordinator? That was Smith.
That was Goodner. But Smith was my DB coach.
Oh, so Smith was never a coordinator. No, Smith was never a coordinator back. Okay, that's why that happened. Because the same exact thing happened to us in 98, 97. They just threw fades on us. Like they would run. And then if we came in the box, we loaded the box up, they'd just throw fades.
Yep.
T. Martin. So, yes.
And like I said, I was pretty familiar with some of those wide receivers between Peerless Price and Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson was my like I said, was a hometown. He came from Memphis. So he'd come back in the summertime, man. Used to work out with him. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. So but let's get back to the good stuff. Get back to the game, man. The one thing was, man, it's kind of tripped me out. Me and Van was talking off air before we got on here, is that people are acting like, on these social media sites that Tennessee's been bad for a while. Like they've been bad for a while, and they escaped. And like I said, they escaped from y'all a long time ago. So it's kind of like, man, people still really not giving us no respect. Back-to-back weeks against two different type of offenses. Like it's two different type of offenses, and we made an impact. And man, do y'all think we ever gonna get any respect? Like, are we ever gonna get any respect?
To be honest with you, man, I don't think we get respect because it's hard for us to put. And like I said, we did have that one great season when we won 11 games. We had everything flowing, everything was going together. I think people don't give us a respect because of the early losses. We had Ole Miss on the rope, should have beat Ole Miss. We were clearly the better team against Auburn, and we let them get the win. So I think they don't respect us because we don't. I mean, it's hard for us to put all the pieces together. I think Tennessee was the first game I can honestly say that everything was clicking. Special teams, defense, offense started out slow, but was able to keep it going to get the momentum going in the second half. So I think that's why we don't get the respect, because we don't come out and dominate early.
Van, I know you got
it. We don't get the respect because we are Kentucky. It's the name on the chest, man. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. They're the people who watch us, the people who watch the games. Like you had the wide receiver for Florida, Doring, and Coach, not the names, Coach Chicks on our side. They've been on our side for Cole Cubic has been on our side. The people who watch us play know what we're about. The people who don't watch games and they just see the name and they know the history, they're not going to give us respect until we put at least 5, 6 years of this on them. This is just year 2. You know what I'm saying? This is just year 2. We won 10, we won 8. We put together a 7-win season this year. It'll start getting a little bit more. Then we go back to the year after that. Dude, the thing that's scary for me, I know this ain't going to happen. What if all the seniors come back? Because they can come back. What if we redo this thing one more again? Mm-hmm. It'll be scary, man. That team, if we bring everybody back, would be scary with a normal schedule.
You got a bit of a point, man. You got a point now, and this is no knock on anybody, but you bring all these guys back season because Terry already said he ain't coming back.
Yeah, he ain't coming back.
Yeah,
but then you gotta. But Joey looked good, man. Joey looked good, man. You know, put a little. You know, when you're young, and I think when you're a freshman, it's probably your second best year. When you're not your freshman year, but your first year is probably your second best year. Your most productive year is probably your last year because you ain't thinking. All you doing is playing. That one in between, I think there's still some growth. But when you're a freshman, like Van, like you said, you watched our Louisville game. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got the ball in my hand. I just went to instinct, man. Let me just go.
Right.
And I'm sure y'all did the same thing. You put me on the island. I know Coach said this, but at the end of the day, I just can't let this dude catch the ball on me one-on-one. So I think that's why I always think if you do good your first year playing, not good, you're going to make some mistakes. That by your senior year, your last year, whenever that is, junior or senior year, I think you should be good. So I wouldn't mind seeing an old Wiley, raw Joey Gatewood out there with all these guys season. But I don't know if our offensive lineman gonna come back another year either, though.
They're not coming back.
I don't know. No.
They ain't coming back. It would be stupid for them to come back.
They'd be top three round picks, man. And they'll be early picks. Ain't no way they're coming back. But no, man. Like I said, definitely excited if it was a fifth and we could get them all back, it would definitely be scary next year. It will be scary next year. But, you know, for the most part, I definitely don't see 2 of those offensive linemen coming back. I think they'll be high-round picks. Terry already announces he's not coming back, but I do like what I see in Gatewood. By the way, it was Dante Stallworth.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a baller. Baller. Plus, he killed somebody, but he was a baller.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's who went off.
I ain't even got no dump button.
TDs. But no, man. Like I said, wish we could get them all back. Like I said, I think UK is heading in the right direction. Another thing, too, man, it's about the Tennessee game. Is that I have no respect for Pruitt. No respect for him. I think he used people as scapegoats. I don't think he ever blames himself. I mean, you fire your D-line coach, who was you just hired him in February. So you just hired this guy, right? You don't even give this guy a chance to get his guys. He's coaching the guys that you brought in. So you don't even get a chance to let this guy even install, you know what I'm saying, what he wants to do. Or teach these guys or have these guys play the way he wants them to play. And you use him as a scapegoat because why? You got beat by Kentucky. Another thing that why we don't get respect is because people see Kentucky and the only thing they think about is basketball. You shouldn't lose to us in football. But yet you did. And so what you do, you blame somebody else. But your ass been there for 3 years. Those your guys, not his. So that's my deal, man. I have zero respect for that guy.
Yeah, that was one of the oddest things ever, man. You have a terrible time. You turn the ball over, 4 or 5 times offensively, 2 for touchdowns. And the first thing you do,
the D-line coach out of everybody.
You gotta know. Because didn't he coach at Kentucky?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm going to just say this. He comes from, obviously, I don't know Stoops. I don't know how he runs the program, but obviously these coaches care for him. All right. It seems like they are brothers. They seem like they are really close knit. Unlike, you say differently, Ant? Because you made a face. Okay, well, I'm wrong. From the outside looking in, without any inside information, it looks like they are close knit.
Most of them are. That's why they probably wasn't sad to see him leave. I do agree with you. These guys do seem to have some kind of bond. And that's probably why they let him leave without a fight.
Yep. And then you go to Pruitt, and you know it ain't close. I've seen that guy do some shit. I've seen him do some stuff, man. Like, wait, what? So can you imagine? You come from a program where the head coach seems like he gives you the ability to be yourself. Then you go to this other program, and he's micromanaging. And this is not just Tennessee week. This has been like weeks on. I bet you this guy's been saying stuff to him for weeks, and now for some reason it hit the fan. Pruitt just lost to a team that they ain't lose to at home in 36 years. Now he just fed up. He just had to do something. I don't think it was because of us. Our offense dominated the defensive line. I just think he just sick of this guy saying shit.
Hey, you know what? I think your boy, Taco hit the nail on the head. Like, Brumbaugh ain't been there very long. And so you got to fire somebody. So, and it may be the fact, and I do get the sense from talking to Fred White, that Pruitt probably ain't a guy that you can go to work every day and look in the eyes. Like, he's a guy you got to go to work, keep your head down, and just hope your name don't get called that day. But
right.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just, and that ain't no way, and that's no way to be. But I'm really pissed off. Like, it really hurts my heart to see that happen, because I played on a team with you that we changed the coordinator. I think we'd be top 20. Then after you left, I played on a team that if that head coach had replaced the other coach, we definitely top 20. We got the number 1 damn draft pick overall playing with us. Right. But we giving up. We scored 40. I'll be damned if they don't give up 52. So I understand, somebody.
I lived there for a year. I know what you're talking about. I lived there for a year.
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, that hurt my feelings there. That hurt my feelings.
Man, that's just crazy. Is that, see, I guess it really ain't. I don't know. I need to get Warren in here. Hey, Taco, you ever talk to Warren about his coaching days? Is that something that really goes on? Like, Curry could have probably may or may not extended his coaching career by firing his offensive coordinator, and Mummy definitely will have extended his coaching career. Yeah. And he would still be probably coaching it at this today.
Yes, and both of them. Coach Curry would have got out of that damn eye bone earlier. When you have one of the best backs in the SEC, get out of the damn eye bone and give him the ball more, we would have won more. We had Billy Jack that came off of, he had the Kentucky passing records coming from PT, and we got him running the wishbone. Dude, if we would have done anything, and we had some decent receivers, if we would have done anything other than what we were doing, we would have won. And we should have won 6 games my last 2 years anyway. Shit, we lost down Vandy.
Here we go.
If we would have put points on the board, dude, we lost to Vandy like 13-7, something like that, 13-3, something crazy. If we were able to put points on the board, anytime I was there, we would have won minimum 6 games. And that shit we was running, if Mo didn't go off and put 200, 300 yards on the board by himself, we were done, man. Turn the ball over. It was horrible, man. If we had an offensive coordinator, we would have been a really good team. A bold team.
I can relate to that. I can relate. Like I said, playing for 3 head coaches, 3 D coordinators, and 4 position coaches. Every year I had a new DB coach. I went from coach,
because that's crazy.
I went from Coach King, Coach McGriff, Coach Smith, and then Coach Brown. Well, it was King, Smith, McGriff, and Brown. Steve Brown. He was my last year.
Steve Brown was my coach at the Rams.
Yeah, when I played scout team, he was my coach at the Rams too, man. I couldn't stand his ass. the people in the NFL can't cover these jokers. you yelling at me to get over top of them. Man, come on, man.
Right. You go against Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, and I was like, how the hell?
Yeah, man. You got to give us a better look. Shit, the people on Sunday can't give you no look.
But that is a good look. Because that's how they come up. That's a perfect look. Shit.
You know, it's fun. Now, I guess that was one of the things I got in an argument with these Tennessee people about was that and rest my man soul, man, my man Q McCord. He had 4 different quarterbacks. 96, he had Billy Jack. 98, he had Tim Couch. 99, he had Dusty Bonner. And in 2000, he had Garrett
Lorenzo.
Like I said, that's why I'm glad. And I think that was the biggest thing. And Morris, my guy, and I don't have any problems with Morris. I think Morris did what he had to do. I have no problem with Morris. And I'm going to get off the Kentucky thing because it sounds like I'm not really being negative. But when we got Brooks in there and Brooks stayed for a long time, we're going to ignore the coaching and waiting thing. We're just going to ignore that because that just shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
But once we got Stoops in there, man, like we didn't. And that's the thing we was arguing about. The people were saying, man, y'all about time. Y'all want to say we've been betting y'all for a long time. I said we just, you can't argue with the numbers with them, but they act like that was a fluke. That ass beating wasn't no fluke. But I told them at the end of the day, y'all program ain't where it should be because y'all turn over coaches every 2 or 3 years,
dude.
We've been solid for 9 years.
Oh, and it's getting close when we have a damn wide receiver playing quarterback for the first time, and that's the first win we get against you at home. Know the tides are turning. This ain't a quarterback who has shown he can play it. You know, and what the score was like 10-3, something like that, 10-6.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, man. Yeah. It'll be something if we put them in like Lynn putting up 30 points or 20-some points. We put up 10 points and beat y'all. Come on. The tides were turning right then.
Oh, yeah, man. Like I said, it is. Like I said, I think UK is getting to a point, man, to where we should be respected, especially in the East now. You know, obviously, you still got your Floridas, where you still got Georgia. That's going to be pretty good almost every year. But, I mean, it's no question that you can have us in a conversation now as maybe the top 3 teams in the SEC East.
Yes.
But y'all didn't see the comments these dudes was making.
No,
I disrespect.
Dude, well, think about it, though, and if you haven't beat somebody 36 years at their place.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I do agree. Van, I agree with you. Here's the thing. 36 years. 1, how many coaches? 2, so you mean to tell me, and Reggie Rusk will tell you, when I came to Kentucky and I played football, we in the locker, so I got to say what I'm going to say. I'm not sure if everybody that we had on the team, I feel like we was capable of beating. And I'm not saying I was great, but I know I can do my job well to compete in the conference.
Are you trying to say those people in the locker room that wasn't sure that we could win? Like they weren't confident?
No, I'm saying I wasn't sure about it. Like I'm telling you, if I played in high school, I felt like better talent, and they didn't go to college, then I think at a certain point, and this is not everybody, it's some. Then I think, like I said, I think it was some kind of YMCA mentality where, this is a good guy, he deserves to play. And we was taking whipping. But my whole point is this: it's been 36 years, but they're turning over every 4 years. So you're right, you can't argue with the numbers. But all those years, everybody wasn't coming in saying, "Well, we got that Tennessee problem."
No, you're right. I'm talking from a person who doesn't know. Like they just not people who watch the games year after year. I'm talking about the people who just, that's just Kentucky, and they haven't watched but the one game against us in Tennessee the last 10 years. They haven't watched us play anybody else. They just watched us play Tennessee and lose every freaking year. That's just how they see it. It's not smart, but they just see it from one angle. Man, we beat Florida freaking 3 years in a row. If you really think of 3 out of 4.
Oh, yeah. Should have. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now the Georgians is the only team we haven't in the recent years.
Hold on.
You know, last year was close, but we couldn't get over the hump. This year could be different.
No, it's really not a hold on about that Georgia thing. Dude, I lost to Georgia 3 years by less than 3 points.
Yeah.
Each time I lost to them was a 2-point game.
Same
and
here.
each game they called 2 touchdowns. They called at least 1 touchdown back in every game. No. I take that back. I take that back. Because in 99, they beat the shit out of it. we had 60 yards. We had 60 yards of total offense. We had like 60 yards of total offense. With Kendrell Bell, Charles Grant, Boss Bailey.
Yeah, well, in 96, we beat them. In 95, we should have beat them at their place. Offense couldn't just put the ball in the end zone. That was like a 17-10 game. In 94, I had the pick 6 that put us ahead, and then they marched right back down the field on us with dink, 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 touchdown. So in those 3 years, we should have beat them. We had the lead, and we just couldn't hold on. So, and Georgia dude is talented, man. They talented. They got so much talent on that team. It's crazy.
They just ill prepared. Now, but I said all that to say, I feel like we've been closer to Georgia over the years than we have been to Tennessee.
Closer in what way? In score?
There's been plenty of opportunities at Georgia. We have plenty of opportunities against Georgia.
Yeah.
I felt like there's been several blowouts against Tennessee.
Last year,
I don't remember too many blowouts at Georgia. There's always been a score.
Yeah.
Tennessee done beat us by 5 or 6 scores before.
A 4, 6, 7 shit. you being conservative. They have beat us by more than 40-some points quite a few times.
We was only close to to Georgia once my junior year. The other 3 years, they blew us out.
Okay.
Quincy Carter tore us apart. Who was the other one? David Green.
Okay.
He tore us apart. So, and that's bad. They had they wide receivers were freaking ridiculous. Fred Gibson.
They all
yeah.
Dude, I can't even remember half of them, but yeah, they were loaded.
I don't know a year where they didn't have two wide receivers that were studs.
Oh, they always had wide receivers. Yeah. They stayed on that. Wide receivers, DBs.
Yep.
Running backs. All skill position.
So a couple people been conflicted.
And
a couple people have been conflicted about, and I already kind of know where Van stands, so we're gonna get your opinion as well. But Taco, going into the half, we had an opportunity. What was it? 17-7 at that point.
Yep.
17-7
with a minute 33.
Third and I ain't got my screen. A 3rd and 10 or something. It was 3rd and extra. I mean, it wasn't 3rd and extra, but it was 3rd and pretty long.
Yep.
And we run a quarterback drop. And some people were saying they cool with it because they know why he did it. I'm saying, I think when you making the type of money they making, almost $750,000, over $750,000, that you got to have something. Like I said, run a screen at the very least because it takes a long time to develop. It typically ain't going to be no incompletion. And I think you can still pick up the first. I know Stoops wants to keep the ball, but I know y'all both defensive-minded guys, man. Where do y'all stand on that decision?
No, like I said, for me, I thought it was conservative. I think they were just trying to make sure that the ball made one transaction, and that was from the center to the quarterback. And they was pretty much at that point in time playing not to lose. They were trying to make sure that they maintained the ball, make sure they didn't turn it over, and just let Terry just carry it. But my thing is, to me at that point in time, no, I think that was a time to try to make a statement. Try to get the first down, like you said, throw a screen. It may not get the first down, but at least it seems like you're trying, at least catching the defense off guard. So, but I thought it was a little bit conservative.
If they didn't just score on us, we might not have been as conservative. True. They already had some quote-unquote momentum. We didn't want to give them another cheap one, being on the 25-yard line, have some stupid happen. I'm surprised we even did what we did. I'm surprised we just didn't freaking just kneel it and make them burn them 3 timeouts. I'm surprised we handed the ball off, to be honest with you. I'm surprised. For me, we don't have. If we had a dynamic receiver, I might have been like, let's at least do something with him. But we ain't got a dynamic receiver that can potentially catch a damn screen and go to the house. So I don't know.
True.
It is what it is. Yeah, but I say if they didn't score that touchdown right before the half, I think it would have been a different story. You didn't want to go to one score. You didn't want to go to 17-10, lo and behold, 14-7, make it a one-score game. That's
so if you saying they done scored and made it a little bit tighter, made it a touchdown field goal game. Mm-hmm. So if they hadn't and it was still 17-0, then we would take risks.
No risk. No, don't ever say Stoops is going to risk.
Saying, what's the difference? No, like I want to try to get as many points as we can before we come out of half. If they just scored, I want to stop their momentum. What's the first thing you do on a turnover? You go for the jugular. What's the first thing you do in basketball? And what's the first thing you do in basketball when you get a turnover? You be aggressive.
And
we got it. Go ahead.
On the 25-yard line, they just put up 7. If something crazy happens and they go up, they score another touchdown. You give them momentum, going to half, and they get the ball first coming out of half. You don't want that. You don't want that smoke, especially when we just
faith in me. Have a little faith. Have a little faith. Have a little faith in me.
Not when you're trying to win games, man. That's that middle school coach. You ain't going.
That is what I did. That is what I did in middle school.
Yeah, that's in high school too. I played against a guy who never punted.
His name Steve? Was his first name Steve?
No.
Last name Spurrier.
Dude,
I know you played against him and he didn't punt.
This guy never punted. If there was on the negative 20-yard line, he would go for it, no matter what down the distance was.
Hey, speaking of middle school coaches, hold on. Hey, Bishop Johnson, glad to have you, man. What you think about that game? I know you one of Big Blue's most loyal. Oh, he's
welcome, brother.
Why can't I unmute you? I'm trying to unmute him.
You trying to unmute him?
Yeah, it says he's muted, but he won't let me unmute him. He's unmuted now. Go ahead. Yep.
What's the question, man? What's up, man?
I said, I know you one of Big Blue Nation's finest, one of their most loyal, man. How'd you feel about that game, man?
Hey, man. But it's finally, man, about time, man, we finally got the win. I thought the team played well, man. I actually thought the offense and defense played well, man. What a lot of people don't, they forget, man. We was actually moving the ball on Tennessee in the first half, man. Ali coughed that ball up, man. You don't know what would have happened, on that drive. And then remember, right before the half, man, we drove down. Man, that tight end dropped a perfectly thrown ball in the end zone, man. We had to kick a field goal. That's when we could have really punched him in the mouth, made a mistake.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Someone watched the game correctly. 2 drives. I just said it. 2 drives.
Oh,
fumble, and then we got that bogus holding call. Them points, bro. Both of them drives are points. Both of them.
I had a point to make, and I just forgot what it was. What was the first thing Dr. Johnson was saying?
The first drive, that the offensive defense, the offense is playing well?
No. This is what I need to know. All y'all have coached at some point in time. I'm not sure what level Van may have coached. This is so on the post game show. Stoops is talking about. Do you not realize the first 3 games we have thrown screen passes. And 2 deep, maybe cover 2. I'm talking about pre-snap is maybe cover 2. You don't know. Safeties are deep. 1 man out there, and you got trips or two receivers to that side. The outside receiver doesn't make the block on the screen. Like it's a guy right in front of you. They said, well, he wasn't sure. What do you mean? Your first step is supposed to be to the inside of his body. Like there is no way that guy, if anything, he has to run over you or run underneath you, which means that the receiver will read that. But you don't even get hands, and this has happened several times. And that's why Stoops said there was a couple times in the game, he was like, why Terry held the ball? He didn't want to throw the screen because he didn't know if the outside receiver was going to make the block. Hold on, Van. Van, what did you tell me about that pick in Auburn? Why did the pick happen in Auburn?
What you mean? Oh, the receiver ran the damn C-Rod. The receiver
ran the wrong route. Every game we are having receivers, dude. Like this is still happening week 4.
And this ain't, dude. Hold on. This is not just on offense. This is not just on offense.
You can hide more on defense. You can hide more on defense,
dude. Another thing is sometimes we don't get the damn call in quick enough. Yeah, all damn defensive front is still fucking. Dude, it's 3rd and 2, I think, and our defensive linemen are still in the damn race stance. Like they ain't even put their hand on the ground yet. Like,
yeah.
I saw that.
How you gonna stop? I don't know who's the worst offensive line in the SEC. How you gonna even stop them when you're not even in the stands on 3rd and 2? All this exposed. True. All that exposed. How you gonna stop somebody?
And so Taco Van jumps to, well, defense did it too. I'm saying, is that acceptable? Like, you have any reason that will be happening? And hold on, here's my question. My real question is, how does this guy line up on Saturday and your quarterback and the coaches think that he may or may not run the right route or block the right guy? And there's no right guy to block. If you're running the screen and there's a guy 3 yards off of you and the next guy is 10, 15 yards off of you, I don't know why it would sound like we having a bad session when we supposed to be celebrating Tennessee.
Right.
No, I mean, no, you're right, man. But I will say this. It's nobody it's no depth at wide receiver. It's nobody to replace him. So my thing is that you just got to go with what you have. And like I said, we struggle at blocking at the wide receiver. I mean, to be honest with you, we struggle getting open. Do you know our longest pass was 18 yards last week? I mean, we had 8. Like that was the longest. That was 18 yards. So my thing is that we're struggling at that position. We do not have a wide receiver that if we need to go downfield, we got a guy that can do that. We got a guy that can get open. We don't have that. And people keep blaming Terry Wilson on this stuff. It's not Terry. He has no help whatsoever. We got a great offensive line that can give him all day to throw the ball, but if a wide receiver can't get open, what the hell you think he's gonna do?
Bruh. And I don't see the end zone cut a lot, but on that one to Upshaw where he dropped it, not the first one, the second one.
Yeah, that's it.
When you look at the end zone, the all 22 is not end zone. All 22, nobody was open.
Yeah,
nobody, and there was no separation. And every time I see an all 22 on a pass play from us this year, I haven't seen anybody open.
What's all 22?
Where you get that top level where you see all players, where it's not zoomed in like the television zooms in on the ball, where you get the whole field almost.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying
all 22 players.
Yeah, all 22.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I shouldn't say every play. There has been plays where there's been a crossing route where he comes open late, but for the most part, there is zero separation. And Ed knows I said this. I would rather put a freshman with some athletic ability that knows 2 plays. Run those 2 plays for him. Let him see if we can blow the top off of coverage. We don't have anybody in our starters, I think, 2 deep who can blow the top off of coverage. And Taco know the worst thing a corner wants is somebody who you know can beat you with that speed. if you just a great route runner, all good. I got you. But if you can outrun me, Now that makes me think twice about playing hard or playing aggressive. Because what if he gets a step on me?
Yep.
It's done.
Yep, that is the worst feeling in the world when you know you got that point. And I tell you right now, I'm glad I didn't have to go against him because I did break my tailbone. But Dante Starworth, that boy, man, had burners.
Right.
So I tell you what, he got a step on you. It was deuces.
It was done.
It was deuces, and we saw that firsthand. So no, I am definitely with Van with that one. That is the one thing you hated as a DV is that you knew you had a wide receiver that had speed. Yeah, you was very cautious with him.
Hey, Coach Johnson, I know you I know me and you talk, at school and at work and whatnot. What are you seeing out there that may make you happy, that may make you a little bit concerned either way?
Well, one of the things, man, and I go through this, man, with some fans and one of the social media groups, man. They always complain about Terry, and I tell them, as a look, y'all talking about the same quarterback that went down to Florida. He was throwing vertical routes downfield to Juice. I said, this the same quarterback. I said, we don't have anybody on. We haven't seen anybody on the roster this year that we can throw downfield to. I said, that's my question is this, and I know y'all been around the program. When are we going to be able to recruit a 5-star receiver to UK? It hasn't happened yet, and I think something. When is that going to happen? I mean, man, we got the quarterbacks on the roster. When is that going to happen? Because that's what this team is missing. And with all the hoopla around these freshmen and the redshirt freshmen, with Tay, with Donut, hey man, put them in the game at some point, man. It's like, hey, just do a go route, go route, and air it out and see if you can catch one.
I do feel like the tide will change. I mean, the tide will change with Gatewood. I think once he gets in, that playbook opens up a little bit. I think we'll start getting those receivers in. I mean, but if you look at last year, it's no receiver that's going to come to us or sign with us from last year because we were strictly a run offense. Yep. We had a wide receiver playing quarterback. So what does that tell you about the quarterbacks that's sitting in the second string, third string? They're not good enough. So why do I want to come to a team that we have a wide receiver that has to go in and play quarterback? So I think that was the biggest issue with wide receivers last year and why we probably couldn't get a big name because they looked at us as a run-first offense, which we were.
We won't get a
run first, second, third, and fourth.
Right. We won't get a top receiver until we produce them in state. That's period. Once you produce them in state and then you have some success, then you get them outside guys to come in. That's why Crowder's and Dante Key's son is big for us to get. If we get them two, and if they can blow the top off of coverage, then we'll start getting some more receivers. But it's like, of all these spread offenses, damn, Alabama throws the ball more than we do now. So why would you come here when you can still play in the SEC and play for any damn team in the SEC besides us?
True.
I mean, it takes that.
Can I ask you brothers a question? And I'm not even trying to be funny. I am a little bit, but if y'all just said we spent the whole year or two our receivers stalk blocking, and you said people are not going to come here to run routes because it seems like there's no continuity between the receivers and the quarterback or the playbook, one or the other. So how in the hell are our receivers terrible at blocking, stalk blocking this year? How you become just bad at stalk blocking all of a sudden?
It's simple. If you ask me, we just had Coach Smith, Michael Smith, coach him from my part of the country. Coached them last year. Got them committed to blocking. He leaves. We bring in a new coach. Obviously, the philosophy or I'm gonna say this, it's probably a tone. Like either you MFers are gonna block or you're not gonna play. And this new guy trying to probably feel himself around right now before he goes off like that. So this to me is interesting that the same guys, we had this Cleveland Thomas played last year, Daly played last year. They blocked way better last year than they are this year. So what's the difference? Just a coach.
Just coach. That's true.
But here's the difference with that though. We were not throwing, but last year we were not throwing. He was not throwing screen passes out there, so you can see whether they was blocking or not. It's a difference in he's running from off tackle, and it's a difference to me. That's kind of like it's showing up, but I'm scratching my head at it too. Like, man, how you gonna miss somebody that's standing right in front of you and you watch him go by? You're like, oh man, was I supposed to get him? I mean,
3 yards off.
You get the closest man to you.
Hold on, coach. To me, it's the want to. I've seen them guys turn down the block. Like, I'm not putting my head up in there. If you miss the other guys on scholarship, it's something that you're trying to block him and he beats you, right? That's one thing. He just outdid you on that play. But I've seen countless plays where it's not even an effort. It's like the effort is at zero. So,
like AJ Green.
Like, come on, man. At least put your body out there. Try to get up in there. Come on.
But I say he brought up a good point about last year, because if you think about it, Lynn Bowden wasn't throwing in the screens. My man was doing wildcat.
But I agree with what you said though about the.
To be honest with you, the wide receivers probably was never exposed because we didn't worry about them. They was on the outside. Lynn Bowden was taking it up the middle, making people miss. So that's probably the reason why we never really noticed that the wide receivers couldn't block. They were
blocking downfield though.
It's easy to block downfield. You just get in the way.
To me, it's easy to block on a screen. All you gotta do is just get the body in the way and just touch him.
That's it.
All you gotta do is touch him.
You only gotta block him for like 2 seconds. Like soon as the ball is snapped, you gotta count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and then at that point,
that's too long.
Oh yeah, that's long. I'm saying no, you don't want to let him go immediately, but
it's like, come on, man. You ain't to block downfield when a running back's coming to you. You got to hold your block a little bit long because your running back might cut this way or that way because you don't know.
Right.
On that screen, Ali's coming inside. All you got to do is shield him.
And step inside. Just step inside of him.
It is over.
Yeah.
These guys have no want to right now.
None.
They have no urgency even on routes. If you look at the route, like, where's your urgency, dude? God?
It's not.
You know what typically. Go ahead.
No, I said I am afraid. And that's the one thing I was telling some homeboys the other day. I'm afraid if we get down, by 21, because it's no way we can. I feel like we have a wide receiver that's a go-to that is pretty much there to get us back into the game. So that's why I hope, man, we just keep games close enough to where we can allow Terry to read and run when he needs to, or not try to open up their playbook. Because I feel like we open up their playbook, it's going to go downhill.
Yeah.
The only way we get down 21 is if we turn the down ball over.
True.
And speaking of turning the ball over, man, I got to get this thing back on the positive thing, man. They're going to be taking us off the airwaves here, man, because off a win, we sound like we had a funeral, man. Here's the thing. Let's get back on a positive note for us. So here's the thing, man. They talk about the other thing is talk about in the chat group. So should Garantano play against Alabama, or do you start a freshman against Alabama? And it's funny, real quick. It's funny. They said on SEC Network, they brought up when they started Tim Couch down in the swamp and lost 72-3,
I think.
72-3, I think. It's 70-something to 3.
I was there.
Like I said, man, I always thought he was overrated. Like I said, to this day, I thought he was cocky. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a quarterback that was too big for his britches. And now you actually saw the real Jared at that point in time. The kid's not that good. I mean, throwing for 88 yards, SEC, Tennessee, you got some of the better skill positions that we have, and you couldn't even throw the ball. You throw 2 pick sixes that were, right there. Like, you could see it. So my thing is that in my opinion, yeah, I think you do go with a freshman against Alabama. Now, my thing is, do you have a high ceiling or high expectations of what he's gonna do? No, you can't go in there thinking this guy's gonna light the world on fire. But at least you give him a shot at some of the best defenses that he's gonna see.
I don't know. So if you got a boxer and you got a young boxer you think gonna be good, you be like, hey, Mike Tyson. Come on, man.
Hey, at this point, my man, like I said, with Pruitt, you never know, man. Just like I said, this dude fires a defensive line coach 6 months into the job. So, like I said, he got to have at least another scapegoat somewhere.
It may be a little bit more to that one.
I think so too.
I believe it, but still, that's odd.
I'm gonna say you don't want to throw a freshman to Saban.
He may never recover. He is about to lose all his confidence.
That's true.
He might throw. Garantano threw 2 pick six. He might throw 4 next week. That's scary. If he's trying to win, he plays Garantano.
At least start him. Him. Let him take the heat off, because you know how everybody jacked up in the beginning of the games, taking them smelling salts and woo. Where's that? John Henderson did. Slap me, dude. Slap me. They ain't work. Slap me again. That's what I'm talking about. Got some blood coming. He said he made me bleed. I said, I can't believe somebody like that. That's some scary shit. I said, I had to play against that dude.
Right. Yeah. Tennessee is not going to win that many games. The SEC all-conference schedule is going to expose Tennessee.
I agree.
Period.
I need to see what their schedule is, because they fans are acting like, and I'm saying what we did to y'all is going to continue to happen. Like their fans was acting like it was an anomaly, but I'm saying y'all about to be down there with Vandy. Like y'all about to be down there with Vandy.
Beat them last year, the year before. They beat them recently.
In the past 10 years, they 5-5 against Vandy. The past 10 years.
Yep.
Thank you. I know they beat them either last year or the year before. They beat them recently. I know that for a fact. And they're in trouble, bro. They got Alabama next week. Then they got
Arkansas is on the upcome. Arkansas is on the come up. They got Arkansas,
at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Then they play A&M. Then they play Auburn. Then they end with Florida. They might win one game from here on. That'll be at Vandy. Might.
So you said 3-7.
Hell yeah. And it should be 2-8, because South Carolina should have beaten that first game.
You know what? I'm gonna second that. They may get 2 more games out of this. Maybe
what's up, Bluegrass Miracle?
Like I said, they may sneak up on Arkansas, and they may get Vandy, but they gonna get trampled this next week against Alabama. Then you got A&M, Auburn, and Florida. Yeah, they may get 2 more games out of this season.
And they in trouble. That bye week comes after Alabama, and they lose 3 games in a row. That bye week is gonna be good. That's gonna be the worst for them. They would rather keep playing. There's gonna be a lot of chatter about losing 3 games in a row, and then they're gonna have to. It's gonna be ugly, man.
Yeah,
that bye week's gonna be ugly.
I just wonder who else is gonna be on the chopping block by the end.
Right.
And they really know that there's so many new coaches. There really ain't too many coaches to be chopped this year. So you want to get rid of Pruitt and
what are you gonna do?
Is Mason still in Vandy?
Who? Yeah,
Mason's still in Vandy. Yeah. They may try and get him if he do a 2-8.
Dude, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I will be shocked if they win 4 games.
No, that's the ceiling for them.
Yeah, I'll be shocked.
That's gonna be the ceiling. Like I said, there's only 2 on that schedule that I can be like, they could probably sneak up. I think they can sneak up and get Arkansas. I think they can jump up and get Vandy. But other than that, no.
I'm gonna say this: the way that Arkansas defense is playing, now they do have Franks to play against, but I'm not sure Tennessee can score more than 10 points against Arkansas at Arkansas. It's going to get ugly. Dude, it's going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly.
Hey, them quarterbacks ain't scared. Go ahead.
If Pruitt goes, only wins 2 games, do y'all think they make a move?
Yes. Because
he rubs what's out there. I think it depends on what's out there.
He rubs up. He's not a booster-friendly coach.
No.
So somebody on that high list of them boosters is going to start complaining even more and more and more. And yes, if he only wins 2 and losing to us in them 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, and they go 0-8, yeah, I can see him going. I can see him going 0-8, dude. Because that Florida game is going to be a bloodbath at the end of the season. Because Florida's going to put up 40 points. They're going to put up the points. So, yeah, that might get nasty. Don't let Vandy beat him. Please don't let Vandy beat him.
Vandy beats him, is over. I think
he might get fired after the Vandy game.
Yeah, if Vandy beats him, they're gonna have an interim head coach at that point.
That ain't gonna tell too much. Like I said, this is like you said, y'all said, this is gonna expose a lot of what's going on in Kentucky now. I mean, not Kentucky and SEC. That's gonna expose a lot of that.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of people.
We got 10 straight SEC, so they only leave out 3 teams.
Right.
So
exactly.
No matter how you look at it, everybody gonna have to get a piece of either Georgia, Florida, or Alabama, Auburn. Because LSU fell completely off. They act like, man, somebody gave me a good story that the Ed-O might be out soon.
Dude.
I say with the championship, it shouldn't, but they saying the connection with Jimbo they saying they trying to get Jimbo in there somehow.
How many times I told you, and I admitted I was wrong. Coach O isn't a great head coach. He was fortunate to have Aranda, and he was fortunate to get Joe Brady in there. You seeing how that team is playing now.
Yeah.
You see how they're playing. And you cannot tell me the cupboard is empty. They got some ballers on their defense. They got one of the damn best corners in the damn country. They got a linebacker from South Dakota State, South Dakota that was that dude, and they giving the booty up, dude. They giving it up consistently. And it's not like every other weekend with someone I like. It's every weekend. Anybody
just loose, huh?
Anybody getting it.
Party pack.
Dude, Missouri got Joe Burrows. Definitely different. But I do feel like they're going to give him a pass just because a new quarterback. This is not Joe Burrow. It's not the same offense. They lost a couple of weapons at wide receiver. They lost a good running back. They lost Joe at quarterback. I just think at this point they're going to be like, okay, well, this is more. And trust me, their depth, I guarantee you, their tools could be number ones anywhere else.
Facts.
So it is not like you said, the cupboard is not empty. You obviously should just be reloading at this point in time. But obviously they're gonna probably say, hey, this need time for this team to come together, and maybe next year this team will be jailed to where we're back in the national championship. But this is not me making an excuse for them, because like I said, they got depth. And like I said, those players that's number 2s could be starters anywhere else. So I'm just saying, I think hindsight 2020, I don't think in a lot of the viewers' eyes and a lot of the fan bases, I don't even think they're looking at this season and really counting it, to be honest with you.
Hey, Taco, let me tell you, Bluegrass Recruit said Burrow fell in their lap, which is true. They don't even have a bag of quarterback. Now the quarterback position isn't full. They got freshmen. They're in trouble. Look at their schedule. Let's say Coach O only wins 2-3 games. It's very possible. I only see really a couple games on the schedule that they can win. If they go 3-7, LSU don't wait, bro. I'm just gonna tell you, LSU got rid of the winningest coach in program history in Les Miles, and they were on him for years.
True. Yeah,
this could get ugly because this could get ugly, bro.
But no, I agree. But like I said, they also going to take into consideration that that he lost his offensive coordinator too. So you got a brand new offense, brand new approach, brand new system.
No, Taco. No. Emsler is still the offensive coordinator by title. We all know Joe Brady called the plays, but they ain't changed offensive coordinator. He's still the same guy.
That's true.
He calling plays now and see how it's going. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I'm in this mess and it's getting ugly. And they only lost 2 games. It's getting ugly down here. If he only wins 3 games, bro.
You think they'll make a move if he goes 3-7?
Because what can't do it this year, man. You can't throw that championship out the window, man. You can't do it.
Anthony,
can't do it right now.
Anthony, they got rid of Coach Archer. He won an SEC championship for the first time in like years. They got rid of him. Not the next year, but the year after that. They will get rid of you in a heartbeat, bro. They don't
national championship in what you call it is different. They didn't beat Trevor Lawrence. And,
back then, SEC championship was everything because there was you went to the bowl game.
Oh,
there was no SEC championship game. It was just you won a conference.
Yeah.
So back then it was in the 80s that was big.
Yeah.
If he wins 3 games, people gonna say it wasn't him that won it. It was Aranda and it was Joe Brady. The way they're playing, they're gonna say Coach O didn't win it. Those 2 defensive that offensive coordinator, well, Joe Brady and the defensive coordinator won that championship for him.
They don't give him the Tubby Smith treatment, huh?
Dude, they look.
What have you done for me lately?
I'm gonna tell you something. If he only wins 3 games this year and they keep him, they ain't gonna be vying for the SEC West the next year because they'll have a damn young quarterback. They're in trouble, dude. Unless he brings in a good offensive coordinator, which he ain't gonna get rid of his boy. Emsler is his boy. He ain't gonna get rid of, kind of like Coach Curry. He ain't gonna get rid of him. That offense is gonna struggle, bro.
All right, K2 Rascal Alligator. Oh man.
Yeah, man. But man, so and when it come to a conclusion of another show, man, it go too fast, man. When I was doing 2 hours, it wasn't too bad, but we show you get some good company in here with you. Memphis finest, man. What's that thing you do when I say if somebody really Tennessee fan? What it sound like they really Tennessee? What's that guitar they sound like?
Oh,
oh, man, you need to hear Taco karaoke, man.
Oh yeah,
karaoke, whatever it's called. Karaoke is the thing we do in football, but
it's karaoke.
Yeah, but man, when it comes to another conclusion, man. So I'm gonna assume, but I'm gonna throw it around real quick before we sign off. Mizzou, we have any issues? Easy ride, double-digit win, field goal victory.
I'm gonna let our guests go first.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a easy ride. Do I think we got the weapons to get it done there? Yeah. Do I think it's gonna be another Tennessee? Probably not. But I do think we'll at least get it by a touchdown field goal. So, but that's if we go in and we play with the same intensity that we did in Tennessee. You know, if we go in there and play lax, I think Missouri turns around and gives it to us. But if we go in with the same intensity we did with Tennessee, not trying to lose, playing to win, playing hard on defense, not making mistakes on offense, turn the ball over, I think we got a shot.
You real quick, you think we see Joey Gatewood?
If we get up, I don't see Stoops making that move, man. I said, I know he talked about, if Terry continues to struggle that we may see him. I just think that was smoke and mirrors, man. I just think at the end of the day, he's gonna let Terry ride it out until it's obvious that we just got to make that move.
Makes sense. Vane?
I'm gonna say this: don't go by the score of the Missouri LSU game. Don't go by that. if you watch the game, LSU gave up the booty again, just like they did against Mississippi State. Dude, they did the same. You look at the game and look at all these blown coverages. It's ugly. As a secondary coach, I would resign on my own. I'm like, I'm not putting up with this. We gave up like this 2 teams. It's like, dude, it's ugly. That game is ugly defensively for LSU. It's like, what are y'all doing? So don't look at that game. I mean, Missouri isn't as, I don't want to say this, it's not as good as that score looks.
Yeah.
I'm just say that. Now, are we going to beat them by 30 points? Nah, but we should at least beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I'm just looking to get back on track, man. I'm looking for us to go 7-3 now, man. So they done blew my 9-1 off the water. I'm still giving that same game I gave them to lose. But the way it's looking now, we may still get that one. Might have to swap another game out, but
yeah, I know. That Bama game scares me, man.
Yes.
That Bama game scares me. Now, if we offensively can put some points on the board, I think we can do that. But dude, them receivers, man, Alabama growing these damn receivers on trees. They got new ones, dude.
Right, every year.
Like, where y'all coming
Didn't
from?
they just lose 2 last year?
Yeah. Can't think of Ruggs.
Judy and Ruggs, right?
What? Yes, Judy. They lost both of them last, and they got Waddle Smith, and then they got a new kid. Like, where you come from? Like, dude, ain't fair, man. As a corner, that's not fair. Because we all know, Taco know, you really only have one really good corner on most teams. One corner that you can say, okay, you do your thing. Not very few teams have 2.
Yep.
And they got 3 receivers that are ballers. 3. And you only got 1. You got 2 of them. You can only bracket 1. You can have your star guard 1. You can bracket number 2. Who gonna guard number 3?
Whoever in that slot gonna catch hell.
That's a swamp. It's not fair, man. They had 5 last year. They lose 2. Then they got 3. And I'm sure they got a damn freshman on the team red shirt that's probably as good as all these guys. It ain't fair, man. Pissing me off.
I agree.
It's crazy.
I'm just hoping we can get out of that Alabama game with no injuries. That's my goal.
That's
for that
my
game.
whole thing. Yeah, that's my whole
no
thing.
injuries, and we can move on to the next week.
Yes. The Florida defense is giving up the booty too.
Yep.
That's
all that I'm hoping, man. Just we get out of the no injuries and we continue to move forward. But yeah, I that's a loss for me.
Yeah, that Bama game.
It's gonna be hard.
So I'm gonna swap that Bama for Florida. Then I'm gonna stay where I was at. Just swap Bama for Florida.
Yeah, dude. We can get if someone can bust up Kyle Pitts.
Him and Kyle Pitts. Oh, you ain't seen who was that? Wasn't it Kyle Pitts who? No, it was your boy Seth Williams. Got him Bo Nix shit. Coming off the field, one of them face-to-faces. And Bo Nix tried to give him this. Man, he slapped his hand down and walked off like, But with Seth Williams, man, I don't want to hear no excuses. Throw me the ball. What Keyshawn used to say? Oh, Randy, just throw it up, dog. Just throw it up, man. That country accent, man. I don't want to hear nothing. Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing. If I ain't getting the ball and you take a sack, man, just throw it up my way. But you got go look it up on YouTube or whatever, man. Yeah, you see Bo Nix and Seth had some issues, but I thought they did too, though.
I don't know why. Damn, Pitts got like 7, 8 touchdowns. He should be complaining about shit.
Who did Florida? No, it was during the game Florida lost to. Pitts came off, and neither the offensive coordinator or the quarterback tried to grab him, and he shrugged his shoulder away like, I ain't trying to hear this stuff. Dude, but he was banged up too, though.
And A&M was bracketing him the whole game. When have you known a tight end to get bracketed?
You know I played with James Whalen.
I don't know if James Whalen ever got bracketed.
Well, because I was the other back, so the backers really couldn't do it. But
how you gonna bracket a tight end, dude?
Just don't get no depth.
Who you gonna bracket him with? Oh, fucking! Do you trust a linebacker to bracket with a tight end and a damn safety in the middle of the field? What is designated as out and what's designated as in? This is gonna be confusing to all of them. They're gonna be going to the same spot. What is the designation in the middle of the field? You can't bracket a tight end. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, man. Let me check Auburn's schedule real quick. He said how many can Auburn win? Let me check their schedule real quick.
I'm looking at them right now. They close it out with Alabama and Texas A&M. They got Tennessee. I can see them probably getting Tennessee. They got Mississippi State, LSU, and Ole Miss still.
Yeesh.
A good thing for them to be 3-3. If that finish 3-3 would be decent.
3-3.
It would be decent. Like consider it a push. Like I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be happy.
Winning?
Huh?
What 3 games you see them winning?
State.
Okay.
They should probably be able to beat State. They probably
Tennessee.
State, Tennessee.
Where's the other one?
Ole Miss about to fall apart, man.
No.
Ole Miss ain't better keep doing what they doing.
Here's the thing. Ole Miss gonna put up 40 points though. Ole Miss turned the ball over last week like crazy.
They didn't do it to us because we wasn't aggressive.
What's that?
They didn't turn the ball over with us because we wasn't aggressive.
We ain't turn the ball over with us because we freaking blowing coverages left and right. Ole Miss is gonna put up 40 points on Auburn. Can Auburn score 40?
They haven't yet.
You're right. That's
but with Seth, after Seth done got in Bo Nick shit.
That's true.
Oh shoot! All right, man. All right, man. Taco, man, appreciate you coming out. Real quick though, man. Y'all people who follow us, man, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What's the other one?
Yahoo. I mean YouTube. I said Yahoo.
YouTube, yeah, YouTube. Man, subscribe and like, man, because I got more features. We got more features that can open if you guys subscribe and like. Like I'm seeing we getting some views but we not getting subscriptions or likes, so it's handicapping us a little bit. But we appreciate you checking us out, man. Just drop us a little love if you prefer to do so. Appreciate thanks to the guests, Taco, Memphis, Tennessee legend Burris.
No problem, Taco man. Tuesday. Thank y'all for having me on here.
Yes, sir. That's obviously your good side, right, Taco?
Oh yeah,
I see that. I see that. He must have something going on the other side.
I got my laptop over here, but I got my big screen over here, so that's why I'm looking at the bigger screen.
I feel you.
Oh man. But again, man, like I said, I appreciate you, brothers, man. We do it again, man. Yes, once we get your fellas together, man. Yeah. I'd like to get a lot of group of them in here and chop it up, man. Tell some old stories.
For sure.
But if ain't nothing else, man, we'll be back for Throwback Thursday on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, Taco.
Man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, man.